Thank you for joining us today. My name is Jonathan Valentine and I'm a product manager for QuickBooks in the UK. It is my pleasure to demonstrate how QuickBooks can help you take care of tax. We know over 50% of small businesses fail within the first 5 years. Small businesses and sole traders are far more vulnerable to financial shocks when compared to larger entities. Not staying on top of your taxes and not taking care of your taxes in time not only leads to challenges, but also negatively affects the long-term growth. There are two key problems that we heard from our customers. Number one, they want all their tax data in one place, making it easier for them to prepare and submit their returns. Number two, reduce the manual work, avoid errors, and save time. Let's take a look at how QuickBooks can help you with some of these problems. Let's take a look at VAT in QuickBooks. Setting up VAT in QuickBooks is easy. All you need is your VAT number and details of the VAT scheme. Once you set up VAT and have added data in QuickBooks, you can review and submit your returns directly to HMRC. As mentioned earlier, we heard from our customers that we wanted an effective and efficient method of checking their VAT return that helped save time and manual effort. We know that there are several reports in QuickBooks, such as the VAT detail or the VAT transaction report, that you can run. But to make it easier, we built a feature that speeds up the review process and helps you identify anomalies that may impact your VAT return. To use this feature, click the drop-down and select the VAT checker. Using this checker service, you can identify any transactions that may not be included in your VAT return, review and add bank transactions that may not have been included in QuickBooks. You can also review and identify possible duplicates or inconsistencies with VAT codes, or identify adjustments from previous periods that may impact your current return. You can also quickly review VAT rates that you've used, and if something doesn't seem right, you can review and correct them directly from here. And once you're happy, review, prepare, and submit your return. Now let's take a look at CIS. CIS is short for Construction Industry Scheme. This tax applies to people who work in and around the building and construction industry. To use CIS in QuickBooks, you will need to set it up via the gear icon under the Accounts and Settings. Once enabled, you can add subcontractors and record deductions against them. QuickBooks automatically tracks the deductions from your transactions based on the rate of the deduction applied and brings that into the CIS module under Taxes. When the time comes to submit, click on Prepare Return, check the details of your subcontractors, their payments, and deductions. You can also export this information from here to send it to a subcontractor. You will notice on here that QuickBooks has highlighted some missing information. For example, in this case, the subcontractor has not been verified. To fill out the verification number, simply click on the Update Now option. Once completed, check the declaration and you can submit your return directly to HMRC. Remember, you will need your Government Gateway login ID and password to complete the submission. This helps prevent any manual errors and saves the hassle of having to run reports or export data. For those of you who use CIS, you may be aware of the domestic reverse charge for supplies of building and construction services. From the 1st of March 2021, the domestic VAT reverse charge must be used for supplies of building and construction services. This charge applies to both the standard and reduced VAT rates. On the 1st of March 2021, the two new VAT codes will be available to QuickBooks customers to use. If you need to use them, you can enable them by going into the Edit Rates option under VAT. Now let's take a look at income tax. The most recent addition to our tax module was income tax for sole traders. This feature went live early December 2020. We know that the end-of-year taxes can be a stressful time for the 3.2 million people who are self-employed. And planning for the amount of tax you need to pay is not always straightforward and not top of mind. We heard from our customers that they wanted an easy way to estimate their income tax. So we addressed this by taking the data that has been entered into QuickBooks and turning it into useful insights, not just for the end of the year, but throughout the year to give you a real-time view of your estimated income tax. To access this feature, click on Income Tax, select the year, and then select the region. Once you have done this, you will be able to see the income tax payable to HMRC, which is always visible at the top left-hand corner of the screen, breakdown of income tax by rates, the calculations of your national insurance contribution. This includes both the NIC 2 and NIC 4, business income, and business expense. You also have the ability to drill down into the transaction level detail directly from the income tax estimation. You may be wondering, why income tax? Well, post success of MTD for VAT, HMRC has announced MTD for income tax. Under MTD for income tax, self-employed businesses and landlords with an annual business or property income above £10,000 will need to follow the rules for making tax digital. This will be from their next accounting period starting on or after the 6th of April 2023. What is changing with MTD for income tax? Businesses and landlords who will join MTD for income tax will need to send a quarterly summary of their income and expenses to HMRC using MTD-compatible software like QuickBooks. In response, they will receive an estimated tax calculation based on the information provided to help them budget for their tax. At the end of the year, they can add any non-business income or information and finalize their tax affairs using an MTD-compatible software. This replaces the need for a self-assessment tax return. For further details on MTD for the income tax, please visit www.gov.uk. Creating a consolidated view of the income tax was just the first step in the journey for us and for making tax digital. We will soon be conducting a beta for income tax, and if you would like to participate, please look out for our spring product release, where you will be able to register your interest for the beta. To learn more about the income tax feature, please do listen in to the session by my colleague, Tom Menzies. At QuickBooks, we know managing and preparing for taxes is not an easy affair. We are on a journey to automate tax workflows, simplify the process, and reduce effort, so you can focus on the things that matter the most to you and your business. Please continue to share your feedback, and thank you very much for listening in today.